Good evening, YouTubers. New Time Travel Jaime 88. I'm back with another video. And tonight, I am going to show off my entire Walt Disney The Classics Black Diamond VHS Update 2020. Look how much all my Walt Disney Classics VHS has been grown since my last video. The last one I did is back in 2016. I got a total of 24 VHS tapes, and the Walt Disney The Classics Black Diamond VHS line started on December 6, 1984 until March 4th, 1994. Succeeded by the will be succeeded by the Walt Disney Masterpiece Collection line. That will be in another video. Alright, let's get started. First up, here's the 1985 VHS of Pinocchio. And I have two copies right here. Now, Pinocchio came out on July 16th, 1985. It is the second in line after Robin Hood in 1984. It is the second Disney film to be untouchable, mainly only seen in theatrical reissues. Now, the Disney new executives like Michael Eisner convinced them to put Pinocchio out on video. But the older Disney executives say, no, don't do that, because it will jeopardize and risky for future home video. So what they did, they put their heads together and create the promotional copy of Pinocchio, which I don't have, and I know Breezy Op Station 87 and Imagination 1980 has it. Yep. A masterpiece of fantasy, the best thing, a masterpiece of fantasy, excuse me, says Newsweek, and then the best thing Mr. Disney has done, and therefore the best cartoon ever made, says the New York Times. Rated G, and it's 87 minutes. And here's a tape with the sticker label. Print date September 26, 1985. And here's another copy right here. This time is printed on December 10th, 1985. Okay. Both copies opens up with the 1984 Red FBI warning screen, the 1984 Walt Disney The Classics cheesy black diamond logo, and start of the film. And no, both copies does not have the trailer for Black Cauldron. I respected the first copy, but it turned out to be a later pressing. Both copies are version 2. I just want to give you guys the heads up. Next up, here's Alice in Wonderland, released on May 26, 1986. And I know Breezy Op Station 87 has this slipcase cover one. And I have the 1988 VHS, we're going to show that a little bit later. You will be charmed, delighted, and deliriously amused by this latest example of the superb height to which Disney had raised the art of movie animation, says the New York World Telegram. Rated G, and it's 75 minutes. Here's the tape with the sticker label. The print date is April 8th, 1986. This copy opens up with the 1984 Red FBI warning screen and the 1983 Neon Mickey Walt Disney Home Video logo and start of the film. I know it's got the RKO fanfare, but that logo was blacked out. And I know some copies have the Walt Disney The Classics cheesy black diamond logo from 1984, which I'm going to find that copy in the near future. Next up, here's Robin Hood, a 1986 reissue in the updated design to promote Sleeping Beauty, which featuring the voices of Roger Miller, Peter Ustinov, Terry Thompson, Brian Bedford, Monica Evans, Phil Harris, Andy Devine, Carol Shelley, Pat Buttram, George Lindsay, and King Curtis. This film is from 1973, directed by Wolfgang Reitherman. Hooray! A Walt Disney full-length animated cartoon which is both delectable for the youngsters and really suffocated for us older folks, says Cube Magazine. Rich, full animation, there is nothing really compatible in the market, says Los Angeles Times. Rated G and is 83 minutes. Here's the tape with the sticker label. The print date is September 29th, 1986. It has the same print date as on my 1986 VHS of Star Trek The Cage. And this copy opens up with the 1984 Red FBI warning screen, then the 1984 Walt Disney Classics cheesy black diamond logo, and started the film. At the end, it's got the black screen of Tone of Death. Here is Sleeping Beauty, and that movie came out on October 6, 1986. And this is the first in High Five. This film is from 1959. For artistic compositive for superb craftsmanship and design, Sleeping Beauty is a medieval tapestry come to life, says the Devon Post. 75 minutes, rated G. Here's the sticker label. Printed on October 20th, 1986, and it's got the tan lid on there, recorded on a Fujifilm. This copy has the dark red FBI warning screen, then it's got the video dealer announcement, then the 1984 Walt Disney Classics cheesy black diamond logo and the Buena Vista logo and started the film. Fascinating. Here's the 1987 VHS of The Sword in the Stone, with the voices of Sebastian Cabot, Carl Swenson, Ricky Sorson, Jonas Matthews, Jeannie Tyler, Martha Wentworth, Norman Alden, Alan Napier, Richard Reitherman, and Robert Reitherman. It's directed by Wolfgang Reitherman. A thorough delight, the songs are bright and singable, the artwork lovely, and the plot charming in its twists and turns, says Judith Chris. A warm, wise, and amusing film. The humor sparkle is real, with real knowing, sophisticated meaning for all ages, and some of the characters are the Disney pips, says the New York Times. Rated G, 79 minutes. Here's the sticker label. The print date is June 25th, 1987. And it's got two print dates. The other one is June 16th, 1987. You can barely see it. This copy opens up with the 1984 Red FBI warning screen and the 1984 Walt Disney Classics cheesy black diamond logo and started the film. At the end, it's got the black screen of Tone of Death. Here's Lady and the Tramp. This VHS came out on September 6, 1987. I got this back in 2013. A timeless film, says the Los Angeles Times. Lady and the Tramp remains one of the Disney enduring classics, says the Chicago Tribune. Rated G and it's 75 minutes. This film is from 1955 or 1956. I can't remember which one came out, but here's the sticker label. No print date. This copy has the 1984 Red FBI warning screen and the 1984 Walt Disney Classics cheesy black diamond logo and started the film. At the end, it's got the Tone of Death. Here's the 1988 VHS of Alice in Wonderland. I did show off the 1986 copy. Same critiques. Here's the sticker label. The print date is September 11th, 1991. It's printed 10 years before 9/11. All right. And this copy opens up with the 1984 Red FBI warning screen and slideshow together, followed by the 1984 Walt Disney Classics cheesy black diamond logo, the blue MPAA G-rated screen, and the Buena Vista logo and started the film. I know this is tough to find. And here's Cinderella, released on October 4th, 1988. Got this back in 2014. No, 2013, that is. And sheer joy enchanting, says USA Today. Rated G, and it's 76 minutes. Here's the sticker label. No print date. This copy opens up with the 1984 Red Happy Eye warning screen. Then it's the trailer for Oliver and Company, which is coming to theaters at the time. And then followed by the 1988 Walt Disney Classics logo, which is prototype with the Sorcerer Mickey. And the 1985 Walt Disney Pictures logo and star of the film. On the demo VHS of Cinderella is the final VHS to use the 1984 Walt Disney Classics logo. Next up, here's Bambi, released on September 28th, 1989. And I have two copies of Bambi. This one I got back in this year, of March of this year. And this came out which I got back in 2013. Start with this copy. A perennial classic seen by every generation. Remember long after other movies have been forgotten, says the late Roger Ebert of Chicago's Sun-Times. Rated G, it is 69 minutes. Here's the sticker label. And the print date is July 9th, 1989. And here's another copy. Comes with this original promos. Here's the sticker label. And this copy has no print date. Very neat. And this copy opens up with the, both copy that is, opens up with the 1984 Red Happy Eye warning screen. Then it has a sneak peek of The Little Mermaid, which is coming to theaters at the time. The title was different than the finalized one. And then followed by the 1989 Walt Disney Classics logo and star of the film. And it's got the Buena Vista logo on there, but I'm not sure, but I'm gonna have to check it out. Okay, moving on to the 1989 VHS of Dumbo. Dumbo. Oh yeah, I love that big. It's that big voice coming on there. Yep. A film you will never forget, says New York Times. And this film was recently came out on Disney Plus with the disclaimer at the beginning. Rated G in 63 minutes. Here's a tape of Dumbo with the sticker label. The print date November 19th, 1991. And this copy opens up with the 1984 Red Happy Eye warning screen and the 1984 Walt Disney Classics cheesy black diamond logo and star of the film. It's like the Tape Masters from 1986. Next up, the 1989 VHS of The Sword of the Stone. And I know Hannah the Movie Lover also has this copy as well. And along with Breezy Ob Station 87. No critiques. Here's the sticker label. And the print date, September 30th, 1991. This copy opens up with the 1984 Red Happy Eye warning screen and the 1984 Walt Disney Classics cheesy black diamond logo and star of the film. It's the Tape Masters from 1987. Alright, we're going to stop here. We're going to pick up for part 2.